just before all this lockdown kicked off. Yeah, I saw him on, I think it was like the 10th of March or 11th of March or something. And then here we are, 5.5 weeks on. I haven't really left the house since. But it was good. He's in his 70s now, and yet he still sounds as good as he did back then. And as smart. He's always been one of them blokes who's been able to wear a suit, you know what I mean? And he don't look awkward in it. Oh, which is something I've never been able to do. I just can't. I don't know what it is. I don't know what happens to me, but do you know, like when you balance something on a cat and it doesn't like it? Do you know, you just put like a little bit of a shoelace on its head or something, it holds itself odd and it doesn't quite understand what's going on. I'm like that when I wear a suit. I just feel, I just hold myself oddly. But, and it's funny actually, because Suzanne's been talking to an old mate of hers who she went to uni with. That's what's been going on it really during this lockdown. People coming out of the woodwork and getting in touch with you and that. I suppose it's a good thing, but I suppose people have more time on their hands to catch up with people when normally they're busy and all that. But the last time Suzanne saw her, I think, was at a wedding, like 17 years ago. And a memory of me at that wedding is I was the only bloke wearing combat pants to a wedding. So I've never been able to wear a suit. I'd rather look odd and stand out wearing something comfortable than trying to fit in and not being comfortable. It's pointless. Which animal is the happiest of all animals? It changes every day. Like, because it's been raining a lot, I've been seeing snails, and you know, are they happy? They sort of seem just the way they, I don't know, they just mooch about slowly, not in a rush. I think that's the key to happiness, isn't it? Not rushing about. Snails don't rush about, and they're really free. I suppose that's the thing that also brings happiness, isn't it? That sense of freedom. The way they can just go up a wall, and if they get tired, they can just stop. They've got their house on the back. They can just sort of camp there for a bit. And I think that's there's something in that. They don't need loads of people around them. I've always said, like, with slugs, they're normally sort of on their own. Whereas a snail, if you find a snail, there's normally another one close by, but they're never really close. And I think that's good. That's how I like to treat my family in a way. It's like, it's nice to know they're there, but don't keep coming. Don't keep visiting. You know, I can see you there if I need you, but you're not hassling me. And that's what snails are like. You look at a wall when it's been raining, there's always a snail going up it, and you don't have to look far, there's another one. And it's like it's just there. If it needs a bit of help with something, they're there. So I'd say snails. I'll go for snails today. But the weird thing is, you ask me again on the 20th of June what my favourite animal is, or what the happiest animal is, I'll have a different answer.
Do you know what he said to me the other day? This is unbelievable. This is one of the most stupid, incredible things I've ever heard. He was talking, and he suddenly stopped, and he was thinking about it, and he went, oh, I don't know what, he went, you'd never see a black ghost.
Extraordinary.
True though, isn't it?
I've never seen a ghost, full stop.
There are no ghosts. There aren't ghosts.
No, I mean when you just see them in, like, magazines and that.
Play a record!
This is a bit of a bigger issue. We're always making more and more stuff, right, in the world. You know, big buildings, big planes, big boats and that. Will we ever get to a point where all this is too heavy for the world to handle?
Right, what error has he made there, Steve? What physical, scientific error has he made there with that question?
I can't begin to explain it.
Carl, we're not getting the rocks from other planets. It's already here. It's like having a big pile of books in a room and then moving them over to the other side of the room and build a thing going, oh, can the room take it? I'm building a lot of things out of these books.
What about plastic? Where's that come from?
Other chemicals that existed on the planet.
Yeah.
Do you see the point?
Hang on a minute, though. What about a little tree? You plant that as an acorn, it grows, Rick. That's bigger, that's more stuff.
Yeah.
Don't listen to him, Carl. He's patronising
What
you.
about acorns and that though?
Right, they grow from minerals and proteins already in our atmosphere or in our the mass of Earth.
What about a cat, Carl? Right, you get it. It's a very tiny kitten, but it grows up and it's bigger.
Carl, he's doing it on purpose.
Elephants. Baby
Elephants, they're very small to begin with, but they get bigger and bigger and bigger, and so they get heavier and heavier.
Mind you, dinosaurs have gone.
You know, but
Either a chimpanzee with a typewriter with an infinite amount of time, he would eventually, by definition, mathematically, type everything ever possible. Okay, or it's an infinite amount of chimps with typewriters, and one of them will type it first time.
But already that's sort of that's not right. You either need to have
What do
one
you mean?
monkey.
What? You mean
let's hear his
employment
point.
laws?
He
What do you mean
can't-
it's not right?
let's hear him out,
Okay.
please.
If it's one monkey
Yeah.
with a typewriter that's got loads of ink in it and that, right? At least it knows what it's done in the past.
Don't. It's not.
Keep going.
Crime.
If you've got a load of monkeys, it's like if you have too many. What's that saying about too many chefs?
Too many
spoil-
chimps spoil the soup.
Right. Well, it's the same thing. It's like, well, I didn't tell you to put salt in it. I was going to put salt in it, and it messes it up. Whereas if it's just one, they know what's gone on. So what I'm saying is,
Honestly,
leave him go.
I can't be bothered.
I want
Steve.
to hear- I want to hear the rest.
This blows my mind. That he doesn't know what this does to me. It's a mathematical
I
problem.
want to hear the rest.
well, it's just I just don't think it will happen.
What do you mean you don't think it'll happen? Infinity works it out for you by definition.
But not Shakespeare.
Oh! Shut up, you
know-
idiot!
Rick, do you know what he said to me? I said to him, I explained it to him. I said,
God.
you've got an infinite number of monkeys, infinite number of typewriters. They will type the complete works of Shakespeare. He said, have they read Shakespeare?
You're an idiot! Play
I
record,
said no.
'cause I'm not having this conversation. One prediction for the future, Carl, is from an academic study, what the world will be like in about 75 years from now. And a big prediction they're sort of sure of is that androgyny will rule. There'll be so little difference between men and women, apart from the biology, economically, socially. It won't matter who the biggest breadwinner is, that's already being phased out. If you're in a traditional heterosexual male-female couple, it'll be who stays home, who earns the most or whatever. It won't be governed by gender. And that's getting less and less anyway, as it is now. But soon you won't even need a female or a man in your life. You'll just need the egg or sperm. And you'll be able to have any coupling you want or not. Thoughts, Carl?
That isn't what I've heard.
What were you heard?
I heard
So
that.
you read an academic study, Rick, but
Yeah.
let's find out what Carl's been reading.
I heard we're we're all gonna go ugly.
Different point, though, isn't it? That's a
Completely
different point.
there. Not listening to a word Ricky said.
No, it's just if we all sort of go ugly, that will sort the population
He
problem
gets an
out.
extra syllable in the word ugly. 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 Ugly.
Yeah. So that just sorts the population out because people aren't sort of having it away left, right, and centre.
Well, no, well then that doesn't sort of... What do you mean?
Sorry, Rick, I don't understand what the hell he said there.
Are you saying, because everyone's ugly, everyone won't want to have it away more with the ugly person?
Yeah.
Okay, I still don't... You seem to understand what he's talking about, Rick. I'm still
But
confused.
what he thinks is that if we're all ugly, then we still have this strange paradigm of beauty that won't exist, so we won't fancy anyone as much.
No, they'll still sort of fancy, because at the end of the day we're animals, aren't we?
Yeah.
So we'll still have it away, but
Yeah.
not as much as they'd like to do now, because it's all based on looks.
Sorry, but what's this got to do
What's
with what
this
Ricky
world
said?
like? Describe
because
describe
Ricky's-
a typical town or country
It's
set to me.
exactly right. Imagine London, you've still got the gherkin, you've still got the big wheel.
Right.
It's just everyone's ugly.
Right, and they're doing all the same jobs, are they? They
Everyone's
just,
still, the
So
world's got to carry
What
on.
do they look like? What's ugly?
Just imagine, like, haven't you ever seen anyone when you've just gone, look at that.
Yeah.
Right, well, like that.
Yeah, but hold on. It's ugly by today's standards, is it? So I throw forward to 75 years, you'll go, oh, everyone's what we call ugly. But what's happened to society? What do they think of everyone? They won't suddenly go in, oh, isn't it annoying? We've got uglier. Because it's not
No,
like
because
a
we
strict...
have got better looking, haven't we? If I look back now
Yeah,
at a school photo,
yeah.
You look at my class and you go, what was going on then? You can't tell the difference between some of the girls and the blokes.
No, but that's not true. Because
It is, honestly. You
that's
look at it and
fashion
you
and
see
nutrition, and I see that. Yeah, when I see an old episode of Bullseye, I think, Jesus, the men look like rakes with no teeth and a moustache, and they're bald with their hair down like a paedophile. And he goes, "Now, how old are you?" And I go, 52. 50 goes, "I'm 22." It's, what?
Yeah, but that's more because of the sort of people that used to go on Bullseye. I mean, you know, Paul Newman was never going to pop on Bullseye.
No, exactly.
You know, because he was actually a plumber from, you know, Essex.
And then think of the people that he grew up with, I mean, some of them live in holes now.
Yeah.
So, you know, I don't think the class of Pilkey 1982 doesn't really count. When he said, "We've got better looking," I thought he was going to talk about cavemen, not his school photo. I mean, what happened there? There's been no evolution in that time. What are you talking about, Carl?